Welcome to Tony's Yard Services LLC. I'm owner Tony Esposito. Our company dates back to 2014. I owe it all to my 4th grade teacher, who during reading aloud read us Lawn Boy by Gary Paulson. The story is of a 12-year-old Minnesota boy who earns $500,000 in one summer by creating a landscaping empire. This activated something inside me, and I then knew from that day on, I was going to have a landscaping business. I previously knew I wanted to have my own business, but was unsure what industry was going to be for me. With my newfound passion, I created a handful of printed business cards, advertising odd jobs. I was so inspired and ready to get to work. It took some time to turn those business cards into jobs, and little did I know, this journey was going to be the biggest learning experience of my life. The amount of knowledge behind the scenes of running a successful business is forever growing. But the day finally came that I got my first job. At the start, I raked gravel off the grass in the spring that was plowed up there over the winter. I was so happy to be able to finally have my own jobs. I kept growing my services that I could provide, and I started stacking wood and raking leaves. I was then fortunate enough to acquire a riding lawn tractor. This was not only allowing me to mow the few lawns I had faster, but I could also now pull a homemade trailer around to move leaves and other yard debris. I then realized that the name Tony's Odd Jobs was too vague. I wanted a name that people would hear and think of yard care, but I did not want to limit myself to mowing. Tony's Yard Services it was. With my new name and professionally printed business cards, I was ready to go. I kept reinvesting in the business and learning as much as possible from others to enrich my knowledge in the field of entrepreneurship. By the time I was 16, 6 years after I started this journey, I finally had my license. This opened a whole new world of opportunities for me to be able to travel to my jobs outside of my neighborhood. I continually grew my business, and in 2022, at the age of 18, I formed Tony's Yard Services LLC. This is far from the end of the story. There are many plans in the works for the company, and I want to thank you for viewing this and helping support the next step of this journey. I also want to give a full-hearted thanks to my friends and family who have supported me and helped guide me through every step of the way. The number of people that are assisting me keeps me just as inspired as I was in 4th grade. So when you think about who you want to have do your property maintenance, think of Tony's Yard Services LLC. You too can be a part of the next chapter of our story.